Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to this week's edition of SICW All-Star Wrestling. I'm joined here with Promoter Simmons, fresh off a weekend of another busy weekend, NASCAR and SICW Wrestling.
Oh yeah, we were excited to tie up with NASCAR, and the fans were there. It was great. Capacity crowd there at that beautiful Worldwide Technology Raceway, and we're going to have a lot more of that in the next week or two coming up. But Brian, let's go back and recap some of that great event. Over 60 legends at FanFest 2, and we got some footage we're going to show them.
Absolutely, Herb. It was a great day, FanFest 2. We've talked about, some of the bigger matches. We showed the Bruiser Brody Battle Royal. We showed the Bob Orton induction. But that was just two little parts of an entire weekend. We've definitely got lots more footage of that. And tonight we're going to delve into that. And I think tonight we start with a tag team title match.
Some people may not like that, but it's in the history book is what it is, and we just have to move on and see what the future brings for the tag titles.
Well, fans, if you weren't there to join us, you're going to get a sneak peek now at just what happened at FanFest 2 when the SICW Tag Team Championships were on the line. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the SICW Tag Team Championships. Set for 2 out of 3 falls with a 60-minute time limit. When the action begins, your referee is Andy Anderson. Introducing first your champion. Shut up, ball boy! First of all, who the hell are you? Because I took his hair back. We were all ready to put down the squirt gun, cap gun, bottom feeders that you are. We don't care who you bring with you. I don't care if it's James Jeffries or James Madison. The fact is, the greatest tag team on God's green earth, the LA Hustlers, the notorious
James. Get up, James. Fight, James, fight. You can do it, James. Fight, James.
And your winners, and now 3-time tag team champions, the LA Hustlers.
Wrestling fans, there you have it. We might not agree with it. We might not be what we wanted to happen, but it is what happened. We're going to take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back to talk a little bit more about FanFest 2. Wrestling fans, you looking for the best in daily lunch specials and great menu food items? Look no further than Layla's Roadhouse, 440 Falling Springs Road in Cahokia Heights, Illinois. That's right, a family sit-down dining and always great specials. Also has the best pizza in the area. Herb, I think the fans were maybe a little bit disappointed at the change to give LA Hustlers the, as Lucky calls it, three-time.
Well, we don't even want to talk about Lucky P. Larson. He's a flash in the pan, but. That was a unique situation. Brandon Beretta's tag team partner, Joey Vanetti, had issues with the licensing, so we had to have a substitute, and I couldn't think of a better individual than James Jeffries. And man, they were close. I mean, I can see James Jeffries being at SICW in the future. He's been here in the past, always does a great job, and he got thrown into that. I mean, literally about an hour before showtime did I have to go to him and say, look, I need somebody to fill in, and he's always willing and able. But then when I said, you're going to be defending half of those tag titles tonight, and man, it was, I thought, oh man, what a combination, Brandon Beretta and James Jeffrey. But then when you have the likes of a Lucky P. Larson, always on the outside, sticking his nose in, and someday, sooner or later, somebody's going to cut that nose off.
Yeah, definitely a spoiler in that match, but it is what it is. It's what we have to deal with, and just hopefully the Top Guns will get a rematch here in the near future and do what they can to battle their way back to those tag team champions, because I truly believe they were the fan favorite tag team champions.
Oh, you couldn't hear yourself thinking there when they announced the Top Guns. I mean, just a shame what happened, but like you said, there will be a rematch down the road, and the LA Hustlers are on that high right now. But as we know, and I'm not taking anything away from them, they are a very, very legit team. I think they can be even better without Lucky P. Larson.
I don't disagree with you. Lucky P. Larson managing them, managing the professionals. Now the professionals are back here in SICW. He's going to have too many tag teams under his belt here, and I think his focus might get distracted.
Well, and you've heard me say that the professionals is a true legitimate tag team. They're kind of like the Top Guns, but the professionals have many years of experience. They were the first tag team champions, and I'll tell you, they are rough two guys that go out there, and you can bet that the LA Hustlers better be on the lookout for them, because how would that be if I signed a match between the professionals against the LA Hustlers?
Sign it today. I would love to see make Lucky P. Larson pick a side.
Yeah, he'd have to, wouldn't he?
I'll tell you what.
So let me make a note of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Herb, as we talk about those big nights, we're going to get to some more footage here in just a minute, but the NWA World Heavyweight, AIWF World Heavyweight title was on the line with Greg Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Golden Boy, Greg Anthony, been around a long time and sold many championships, but that World Heavyweight title means a lot to him. And I knew that when I signed that match that he was going to go out there and give it his all, because he knew his opponent was somebody is just as tough and was just as ready, and that's Superstar Steve Fender.
Superstar Steve Fender's carrying 2 belts right now.
Two belts. He's the SICW Central States champion, and he is, he's the real deal. So I knew when that match got signed, the fans were going to be in for a treat, because, like I said, the Golden Boy, Greg Anthony, is one when he sets his mind on something, he's got tunnel vision, and that's when. And then you got somebody like Superstar Steve Fender, trained by the late, great, probably the greatest of all time, Harley Race. He pulled out all the stops that he could, came up a little bit short on this time, but I don't think we've heard the last of that either.
Absolutely. So fans, let's take a look at just how that match went back at FanFest when it was AIWF champion Greg Anthony against SICW champion Superstar Steve Fender. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is sanctioned by the Allied Independent Wrestling Federations, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Set for one fall, 60-minute time limit. When the action begins, your referee is Mr. Bill Henson. Introducing first, your challenger. From Hollywood, California, weighing in at 231 pounds, trained by the legendary Harley Race. He is the reigning SICW Central States champion and the reigning AIWF National Heavyweight Champion, Superstar Steve Fender. And his opponent, from Amityville, Illinois, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the reigning, defending AIWF World Heavyweight Champion, the Golden Boy, Greg Anthony.
what happens? You have to break it up? Come on, Steve!
Yeah!
Hey, Steve, you suck. Hey, how about that breakdown? Put him out of his misery!
One. Yeah. Two.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8 minutes 35 seconds. Your winner via pinfall and still AIWF World Heavyweight Champion, the Golden Boy, Greg Anthony. As only the world title was on the line, Steve Fender is still the AIWF National Champion and the SICW Central States Champion. second, more than that, the third or fourth title defense of your world title here in SICW. You've risen to the occasion each and every time. Congratulations, you're still the world champ.
It's not easy carrying a world title, but when I come in front of fans, like right here in St. Louis, when you guys get to cheering, my blood gets a pumping, and all of a sudden, I'm the winner!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, AIWF World Heavyweight Champion, Golden Boy Greg Anthony. Congratulations, champ.
Well, Herb, there it was. Greg Anthony retaining that title. Only that title was on the line that night. The other belts were not included in that. So a good win for Greg Anthony, but a tough match.
Oh, tough match. And like I said, Steve Fender, you've not heard the last of Superstar Steve Fender. That guy just never backs down from a challenge, and same way with Greg Anthony. So I think you'll be seeing both of those men in action in the near future. If not against one another again, you never know what's going to happen at SICW.
Absolutely. Well, fans, it's time for another quick break. Let's hear from another one of our great SICW sponsors, and we'll be right back with you. Wrestling fans, there's nothing better than barbecue and wrestling. When you're hungry, stop by Mr. Barbecue with 2 locations to serve you in Columbia and Waterloo, Illinois. Great barbecue, cold beverages, and SICW wrestling.
A one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing from Waxahachie, Texas, weighing 268 pounds, Dick Murdoch. And from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing 236 pounds, Steve Hall. Referee Joe Tangaro.
Dick Murdoch makes his presence known to Mickey Garagiola. Some complaint with Mickey. Now Murdoch tells Steve Hall to take that and wait a minute until he's ready.
And he is here.
What's he mad at you about, Mick?
When he gets introduced, you don't want nobody else introduced, just him.
Just him. How does he think his opponent will be introduced, I wonder? And his opponent today is Steve Hall, who has quite a bit of work cut out ahead of him, but an arm drag by Hall quickly puts Dick Murdoch on the mat.
I like that little hairdo. Look at the way he's got it combed nice.
Combed real nice. What's because he's in St. Louis?
Yeah, like a little Boy Scout.
With his unfavored promoter, Sam Muchnick.
By all means.
Boy, there's a feud that's lasted for some time. As far as Dick Murdoch is concerned, Sam Muchnick has gone out of his way to do everything to deter, to hold back, to slow down the career of Dick Murdoch. Of course, Murdoch also says, I'll take on anyone. Well, Sam Muchnick has taken him at his word. And that's why Dick Murdoch has a match coming up with Andre the Giant. 465 pounds, 7'4", going head-to-head, 1 against 1 with Dick Murdoch. Of course, Murdoch and Nature Boy Ric Flair recently won an all-in team match from Andre and Rocky Johnson. And Murdoch certainly showed no fear of Andre. He went right in there, tore into Andre, and they had quite a Donnybrook, both in and out of the ring, while Flair was managing to pin Rocky Johnson. Murdoch with a side headlock on Steve Hall. Hall tried to pull back Murdoch's chin, but couldn't do it. Murdoch even now is complaining right now about Sam Muchnick. He says, what is this, part of a conspiracy from Muchnick? He wanted to know how come referee Joe Tangaro wouldn't get down and count the shoulders of Steve Hall.
He keeps hollering, where's old man Muchnick? Old man Muchnick. What does he mean, old man Muchnick? It's about Sam's age.
I'm going to tell Dick Murdoch you said that.
You will, and you and I, the partnership is gone.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Dick Murdoch may yell, and he may complain, and he may gripe about Sam Muchnick, but he's always willing to come to St. Louis because he knows this is where the very best are. He knows where the #1 promoter in the world is. And you heard Dick Murdoch right there saying, boy, it's good to be back in St. Louis as he pounds on Steve Hall. Murdoch yanks Hall out into the center of the ring. There is one tough customer, Dick Murdoch. They don't come any tougher than Murdoch. Believe me. And he can wrestle. He can get out there. He knows the holds, but his personality is so explosive, so belligerent, so rambunctious. Hall, a good move, catches Murdoch in a head scissors. Murdoch trying to kick his way out of trouble, but Hall has the head gripped too securely. Hall balancing up on one knee, and you can hear the muffled cries of Dick Murdoch. Hall applying extra pressure to the head of Murdoch.
I tell you, this Murdoch can wrestle for 20 minutes and give you a 20-minute commercial at the same time.
He's yelling, talking. That's just the way the guy is. That's no put on from Murdoch. That's the way Dick Murdoch is. He's an outgoing, totally unpredictable, never quiet individual. You just never know what to expect from him. He's unpredictable. Well, one thing you can't predict. More often than not, he's going to win. You look at that record, and he has taken on all the top stars all around the world, and he's scored victories. He is definitely a top contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I'm sure that Andre the Giant recognizes that Murdoch is certainly a threat to Andre's reputation, too, because Murdoch will do anything, absolutely anything, to get a victory over Andre. Knee lift to the stomach by Murdoch. Hard kick to the chest by Murdoch as he pops Steve Hall. Murdoch pounding on the face of Steve Hall. Joe Tangaro cautions Murdoch to keep that hand open. And there goes Steve Hall through the ropes to the apron. And here comes Murdoch outside the ring after Hall. A kick to the chest by Murdoch. He grabs Hall. And Hall slammed into the press table by Murdoch. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Murdoch's learned a few things from Dick the Bruiser, too, and that's a long-running feud as Steve Hall tries to regain his composure outside the ring. Joe Tangaro trying to keep Murdoch back. The crowd begins chanting Bruiser and Andre. Murdoch twists Hall around, drives an elbow into the throat. An elbow into the throat by Murdoch, who's pounding on Steve Hall.
5 minutes have elapsed, 15 minutes left.
Murdoch again with an elbow to the chest that time of Hall, and Hall is knocked off the apron to the floor as Murdoch is battering Steve Hall. Can you imagine what's going to happen when Murdoch tries those tactics on Andre the Giant? Hall slowly through the ropes, and Murdoch right on top of him, pounding Hall in the head. Murdoch bangs on the head of Steve Hall. Flying mare by Dick Murdoch. Hard stomp to the jaw. Murdoch driving 268 pounds into the head of Steve Hall, and then Murdoch with a chin lock pulls Hall's head back over the knee. Look where Murdoch's knee is, right in the neck, so that Murdoch can apply full pressure as he yanks back on that chin. What misery Steve Hall's in, but Hall throws a punch. Another punch by Hall. Hall's head is off the knee of Murdoch. Hall trying to get up, but Murdoch hangs on with a lot of power, a lot of strength right there. And now Murdoch goes to work on Hall, pounding on the face of Steve Hall. Well, Hall paid for punching Murdoch right there. Look at Murdoch, almost with one arm, shades of King Kong Brody there a little bit. Murdoch lifted Hall so easily. Murdoch dominating the action. Hall whipped to the ropes. Murdoch with an elbow underneath Hall's chin. Murdoch taking time to luxuriate in it right now. He knows he's in command. He hooks Hall's head, setting him up for that standing suplex, the Texas Brainbuster, as Murdoch calls it. Murdoch driving the head backwards into the mat, then Murdoch coming up on top of Hall, and Dick Murdoch runs roughshod over Steve Hall, finishing him off with the Texas Brainbuster. Then some rather harsh words between Joe Tangaro and Dick Murdoch. And you know Joe Tangaro was a very capable wrestler, and he's not too happy with Murdoch Murdoch's tactics, and he gives Murdoch a very stern warning. Let's hear from Mickey Garagiola.
In 6 minutes and 51 seconds, with the Texas Brainbreaker, the winner, Dick Murdoch.
Dick Murdoch told promoter Sam Muchnick that he would wrestle anyone if it would lead to a crack at the World Heavyweight Championship. So now, Dick, you've taken on as tough an opponent, you're facing as tough an opponent as you could possibly meet in Andre the Giant, head-to-head, one-on-one. Dick, are you afraid of Andre? Do you have any thoughts going into this battle with Andre?
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm not afraid of a man walking, but I'm not a freak of nature. I'm just a natural, raw-boned, 275-pound, rugged individual from the great state of Texas, not a 7'4", 460-pound freak of nature.
Well, Dick, you sound pretty confident. Let's take a look at just what you might be up against when you meet Andre the Giant. Let's take a look at that now. There's Andre, 7'4", 465 pounds. Dick, you're giving away 200 pounds to him.
Well, you know, Andre the Giant's a big individual. He's the biggest man in the world, but I want you to listen to these people. They think finally somebody's going to be able to whip Dick Murdoch. Well, it's not going to be Andre the Giant, because that man he's wrestling is not the caliber of Dick Murdoch. Dick Murdoch is the #1 contender for the world's crown and going to be the next world's heavyweight.
The crowd obviously seems to disagree about your chances against Andre the Giant, Dick.
Well, let me say one thing. You know, the last time I was at Kiel, you and that conspirator, Sam Muchnick, that so-called wrestling promoter, called in some kind of threat on Bruiser Brody, and he couldn't show up. So I went out and I handily whipped, without even breaking a sweat, Brian St. John. Then I went back in a tag team match and was Ric Flair's tag team partner, and we cleaned Andre the Giant, that so-called Rocky Johnson, around and whipped him. And then you got to admit it, and everybody that jam-packed that arena's got to admit it, that in the Battle Royal, I single-handedly took that old, over-the-hill, old man Dick the Bruiser and threw him like a dart, and he was out. Now, am I telling the truth or not?
That's true, Dick. I can't argue with that. You were on the winning side of the tag match. You did beat St. John, and you did eliminate Dick the Bruiser from the Royal.
And then I picked Andre the Giant up and had him up over my head with these big raw bone arms of mine. And as I had him up, another rat and stooge, Pat O'Connor, and somebody else hit me from behind, and I went over the top rope.
One thing, though, you're eliminating. You know, Andre did win the Royal. Not you. Andre won the Royal.
Certainly he won the Royal is because there wasn't another man left in there when I got eliminated. I am the only man that has ever set foot in this St. Louis, Missouri area that can be considered a man or an athlete, and that's including anybody that plays for a so-called St. Louis Cardinals football team, or the baseball team, or the hockey team, or the basketball team. And you know what happened as soon as I come back here? That gutless Conrad Dobler took off too. Where did he go? To New Orleans or someplace?
Well, Dick, that gets away from the point of Andre the Giant, though. Now, today, you used the Texas Brainbuster to beat a man. Can you get Andre the Giant up in the air like that?
Well, what are these? What are these? Voices, opinions?
Well, what's your opinion?
You sound like a bunch of hired co-sales sitting out there. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Andre the Giant, if I do get him up, if I do get Andre the Giant up in my Brainbuster, he will hit 10 on the Richter scale in Honolulu, Hawaii. I think it's the biggest earthquake it ever hit. Now, let me lay claim to this. When I beat Andre the Giant, I want Sam Muchnick to ink a contract with me and whoever the world's champion is at that time, and you will definitely, including you, will be calling me the next world's heavyweight wrestling champion.
Dick Murdoch, the man who asked for it, and now he's got it. A showdown with Andre the Giant. We'll be back with another match after this.
Well, Herb, we're coming to the close of the show tonight, but before we can do that, SICW is keeping the tradition alive, and we do that each and every week by throwing in a little classic footage.
Well, 65 years of the memories and history of Wrestling at the Chase that we so proudly continue to carry on, and we're going to continue to do that as long as possible. You know, we have the footage out there, so we always want to share a clip of that with you great fans who tune in each and every Sunday night, because it keeps those memories alive. It triggers those memories of when you sit at home with your parents or your grandparents, or you wrestled with your brothers and sisters, and you put the figure 4 leg lock on them, or you jumped off the arm of the couch onto them. So it triggers those memories, and I can't tell you how many times I'm out somewhere and somebody will come up and say, "Man, we watched your show on Sunday night and we saw one of those old classic," and hearing Larry Matisek's voice calling the action, you can sit there and close your eyes and it just takes you back in time.
Well, Herb, let's head back in time and take a look at this week's classic episode. Fans, there you have it. It's been another great Sunday night here at SICW All-Star Wrestling. And Herb, there's still lots to come this year.
We got a lot to come. You know, we call it the SICW Road Tour, and I mean we're going. You know, Fairmont City, get ready. We're coming. Sandoval, Illinois, get ready. Breeze, Illinois. Waterloo, Illinois. Back to MAC in St. Louis. It's a nonstop as the weeks and months come upon us. So we've got something going on for these nonprofit organizations that rely on us to come and help them raise funds for their organization. And we're excited about doing that. You know, and speaking of that, if you have an organization out there wanting to raise some funds, give us a call, hit us up on Facebook, and we'll see if we can. The thing about us, we're going to tell you if we can help you. 99% of the time, we can come in and help an organization raise the funds that they need.
Absolutely. And speaking of the road tour, for the next couple months, we're on the road, heading up to the Fireman's Hall in Collinsville.
Yeah, we have to do that. As we've talked about, the Belle Claire Fairgrounds in Belleville, Illinois is undergoing some renovation. So for about 3 months, we're relocating from there to the great Fireman's Hall over on Collinsville Road, right off Interstate 255. Real easy to get to, plenty of parking. So we're going to be there starting July the 6th, right?
That's correct.
So stay tuned for a lot more information on that. Got some great matches going to be coming up for our first match there at the Fireman's Hall. That's you just follow me on Facebook or tune in here each and every Sunday night and get the latest on what SICW is doing.
Absolutely. Well, fans, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us for another SICW All-Star Wrestling episode, and we will see you next Sunday night at 8 p.m.
Good night.